I gotta tell you, Gaijin has been incredibly busy over these last several months, ever since the initial controversy that led to where we're at right now with another update to the roadmap. And there's been a lot more too. The BR changes, which has since decompressed a bit of the World War II and Cold War era vehicles. Now, it's not entirely pretty, I will admit. It is a little wonky, but it's a lot better than it used to be. Although, in my opinion, the Leopard 1 does not belong in 8.0, but that's just me. But that is not the topic of today's video. No, this time we're talking about an update to the current roadmap. Now, if you guys haven't been following this, it's basically Gaijin's way of showcasing to us their future plans they have up until pretty much not only the end of this year, but beyond. And it's something that I very much look forward to seeing being updated as the years move on with War Thunder. So without further ado, let's get this talking head rolling, shall we? Now, as you can see right here, following the roadmap. Now, this does address the research to helicopters with ground vehicles and marking spawn campers, and a little bit more outlined in this entire blog. Excuse me. Now, if you want to go ahead and see this for yourself, read it in pure detail. I'll have all the links down below in the description should you decide you find yourself to be a little bit more curious, or maybe I even missed something. Now, I'm just going to read this beginning part right here. We are continuing to improve War Thunder in a variety of ways based on your feedback, and I've been making our way down the roadmap, which they do provide a link for, which is awesome. This time, we are introducing a number of new features that will improve the clarity at spawn points while also deterring spawn campers. Players who fall while capturing points will be rewarded if their allies finish the job, and helicopters can now be researched by playing ground vehicles. You can unlock them without leaving PvP battles. Now, that has been a big thing for a little while. I'll get more into that as we get down to that section. And I kind of just realized this. That was the TLDR of the entire video. So if you want to click off, by all means, but if you want to sit here and listen to my personal opinions about each and every one of these subjects, you're welcome to do that as well. Plus, it helps me out with the algorithm. So let's continue. Now, the first one being the invulnerability indication. I'll be honest, I found this kind of funny when I read it for the first time during stream, because I get why Gaijin introduced a feature that tells you, hey, this target you're shooting at, they're invulnerable. You can't do anything to it. And I don't think you needed to know about that without it being overly obvious. Now, Gaijin has gone a little bit further with it by letting you know directly, by telling you, hey, this target is invulnerable. It's kind of like a warning label on certain things I won't get into. It's obvious, you know, you shouldn't eat it or drink it or something, but people do it anyways. That's how I view it. It's a mean way to go about it, but that's my initial reaction to it. But there's more to it. In battles, what will end up happening is that if you engage, which kind of leads down to this part right here, if you engage those players who still have spawn protection, they're marked on the map as, well, they have spawn protection, and it also marks you. That's right. It's a little bit weird. I'm still trying to understand it myself. I did see it in game today. Spawn camping is when a player is shot at no more than 20 seconds after they spawn and have moved less than 40 meters from the spawn point. These parameters may be changed in the future. The spawn camper is pinged on the mini-map for a short time. So basically, like how when you machine gun somebody and it marks on the map, the exact same thing. I find this to be very funny though, because if you are spawn camping, you're gonna be marked with a broken shield. Okay, so that's really awesome. I wish they did this for air, because it's funny, if you saw at the beginning, they did use a Z19, which is a huge problem because those TY90s, you can spawn up to 16 of them with the Z10, and it's been an absolute pain in the butt to spawn in Kaz. It's good for some. It's been driving me nuts personally. But here's the next one, the improving the capture point rewards. You remember if you were just a sliver away from capping points and you died by a bomber, helicopter, or a tank gets you or something, and then it doesn't count as you capping the point? Well, Gaijin has fixed that. Finally, right? Now the reward for capturing the point will also be given to those who contributed but were destroyed before the point could be completely captured. There's a twist to it, of course. However, only those who fought for the point to the end will be rewarded. If a player leaves the point before death, then they will not receive rewards. Kind of a weird way to write it out, I think. Another important factor as well, the reward will only be given if the point ends up being captured by your team. If it fades to neutral, then all pending rewards will be reset. And now we get to one of the biggest updates, or at least feature updates, to a quality of life. The researching helicopters with ground vehicles. I'm not too happy about this one simply because it's going to allow more players to play helicopters. Now, I know it's kind of a selfish way to go about it, but personally, I don't like helicopters. I play them. You see me use them. I enjoy them. But if they disappeared, I wouldn't miss them. Okay, I would a little bit, but you know, anything for a better ground experience. But now, if you are someone who's been struggling, you are allowed to grind out helicopters by using ground vehicles, and I think even aviation in ground battles, which means that it's going to be easier for you to get your helicopters. That's really it. I'm not reading this whole thing because that's all it is, right? Unless you have it checked right here where it says research of helicopters by playing ground vehicles, it'll pull all those points that you earn from that game into that helicopter until Gaijin does something with it. Because let's be honest here, Heli PvE was not fun, and it was a grind fest. It was a snoozing grind fest, and even they knew it. And now the last one that I didn't really expect to come in at least anytime soon, but you know what? It's a bit of a change that I am going to enjoy for sure. And seeing that, you know, I am a content creator for War Thunder, we get the shit end of the stick way more often than you guys think, which is why a lot of us change our names and also disable the in-game chat. But the simplification of reporting messages and new complaint category. Hate speech. Oh boy, that's I won't go too far into detail about my personal opinions on what I think about hate speech and whatnot, as it's terribly abused in the real world, but we won't get too far into that. Basically, what this means is you get an updated template right here that'll show exactly what you are reporting, the last previous messages they did post up. So now the game masters in game can actually see what is being said without having to go through all the fine details of looking back into it, seeing what was going on. Now they have the immediate response right there. So if you're someone who likes to drop the gamer word, watch out. They will see it right away now and act on it, to which I say to you, that's what you get. And that's it. Check this out. Here's the roadmap of all the things we've currently gone through the game. And here's the little arrow right here. Matchmaking, other updates, progression, etc. And as you can see, there's lots of stuff Gaijin is still working on for the most part. And we've gotten almost everything ready to go. Night battles is the next one, as you can see right here. Night battles can be selected by the player for matchmaking. I'll be honest, I have been deeply enjoying the lack of night games in the upper tiers. I've never liked them. Maybe initially I did, but to have them gone permanently, that's like a dream come true. And I guess that's it. Now, before you go ahead and click off this video and run back to the grind over for the Patria and ideally the boat, that's what I'm excited for anyways, I need you to understand one thing. You now have the power. You, not me as a creator, you know, disregard my status, all of our statuses as creators, right? Right now, you have the ability to change the game, to add more things into it. If you don't like something, go to the forums, use the links I have provided to you right here in this video and my previous Talking Head videos, and make the change happen. If there's enough traction from not even a lot of you, just enough of you, Gaijin will change the game for the better, which is why we have this roadmap. But with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this Talking Head video. I do apologize for dropping this a little bit later than we're used to. I'm still waiting to drop a sponsored segment on my already completed video. I just gotta wait for the approval on that, and they're taking their sweet time. But again, hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you so much. If you want to support me as a creator, you know exactly what to do. Use my 3% discount. My Patreon link is down there. It helps me out tremendously. It's only like $5 a month, and you get 4K items, pictures, or screenshots, excuse me. That can come out really weird, huh? But if you want to do that, by all means. With that being said, I'll see you guys not only in the next video or even the streams, but most certainly in War Thunder itself, and even more so with these new changes. See you next time.